Diversity in social learning is a socio-cognitive theory that recommends students in social interactions to promote learning. In this theory, it is suggested to be sensitive to personal and developmental diversity in learning situations. Teachers and specialists alike should create a supportive, non-threatening learning environment for all students regardless of the disability they may have. Some students may need extra support in order to successfully participate in social learning. Sometimes, when students have a history of social failure, they typically lose confidence in their academic ability and create a sense of learned helplessness, which is a state of mind associated with the beliefs that one's personal actions cannot make a change in their own learning outcomes. With this feat, the result is less effort put towards school, creating academic failure. The concept of social diversity and learned helplessness relate to my student because his attributes for his language disorder falls into the category of diversity in learning. He is a student that requires teachers to be supportive and non-threatening towards him in order for him to hopefully feel more comfortable in the classroom and more open to speaking in classroom instruction. And also to be able to have friends as well. Without the support from teachers and social diversity in the classroom, my student could become more prone to learned helplessness, which is a characteristic we do not want him to acquire about school and therapy sessions. To address this concept of social diversity in the classroom and learned helplessness, I could frequently ask my student how class is going and how he feels his progress in school is, and if he is feeling comfortable in class, and if he feels like he is actually learning something. By his response, I could judge whether or not he has learned the learned helplessness, and another way I could address this concept is to keep in contact with his regular classroom teacher to see if my student participates and shows motivation. To assess, I would continue to encourage my student and suggest to his regular classroom teacher to put my student into groups with very self-efficient and motivated students that are kind, that would help bring my student out of his shell and out of his state of learned helplessness. So it would be able to promote social diversity in the class and in his learning experience. After the group work would be completed, I would ask the teacher to see if my student had improved his social skills, if he was contributing to like the class project, stuff of that matter. This process would be called the group processing process, just a process where students get into groups and contribute to each other's learning environment and situation. And then again, I would ask the teacher to see if the student had improved his social skills, because sometimes talking in a small group is easier and less frightening than answering a question that a teacher may ask a student with a language difficulty in front of the whole class that may contribute to a more bad idea of school and then contribute to a state of learned helplessness, which we do not want our student to have. Lastly, my question relating to Chapter 8, Sociocognitive and Constructivistic Views of Learning, is that can a student have a skewed idea of self-efficiency? Self-efficiency is like goal-motivated, driven motivation in the classroom. And if the student has a goal, but if it's not a good goal to have, could that be a skewing of self-efficiency? So, yeah.